That was free. That one
Wow.
was free.
Okay.
That
All right.
one was free.
I concur to that. I
Okay.
concur.
Moving forward. All right, now let's get into the meat and potatoes of what's going on. Address
What's
the
that hand
elephant in
roll?
the room. We in here, we got a lot of different type of personalities in here. You know what I mean? I bring my brother Dern, he comes in there, and brother Dern, he represents his view and perspective, when it comes to politics. And I don't want to miss um uh brother Dern, if you could, if you could state your position when it comes to president. But hold on, before we do that though, hold on, I want to show y'all this though, because I'm gonna say this starting off. I really, with Biden and all these different presidents and stuff, man, I really don't like how they use the dysfunctions of our community to and exploit them as usual, as what they normally do. So what Biden been doing is going out to some of our very misled sisters, and inviting them to the White House, ones that, they talk about shooting, killing, sexing, drugging, all of that, but he goes to those very people who are not really representatives, like as they say, a nation can rise no higher than this woman. And so, so you look at our community and you see why he's going after these specific people. I just want to bring this in right quick. Let me bring this right here to the. I don't know if y'all saw this clip right here or not. Um, Hold on one second. Mm,
Hey, while we hold it on, hey yo, Derek, did you get prop? Oh, okay, hold up.
Glorilla made sure to keep herself firmly apolitical when talking about her recent trip to the White House. Glo shut down CNN when the outlet asked her if she had been invited to the White House to endorse Joe Biden. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just living life like it's golden, Glo replied.
Of an artist you are, how many accolades and nominations and everything you've got going on, at least with what you have planned for the summer coming ahead with a concert and a tour. The idea of them inviting you there in particular, did they talk to you about what they wanted politically? Did they want your endorsement? They want you to help people get out the vote?
Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. But, I'm not going to, talk politics, but I love the president. You know what I'm saying? I love everybody. And at the end of the day got to end.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I don't know. Did y'all see that clip?
That's my first time seeing it.
Yes,
wow.
I saw that. That.
So they use and abuse our people. They go to the people who not read, not not have that don't have an understanding of the political system, and they just misuse it as they do on every level in general. So I really don't. When I saw that, it just looked like the slave master over there. And just using our woman, to mislead us. But let's jump right on in, Darren. What did you, when you see that? What do you think about your boy Joe Biden? I mean,
before you go, Darren, why'd you set yourself up? Why'd you set yourself up for this conversation? The whole conversation, you was in a dark background. As soon as he brought up Biden, your lights went brighter. Why is that, sir?
I wanted to make because I wanted to make sure I could clearly be seen.
Understood. Proceed with your brightness and your body.
I mean, no, I really feel real confident because Professor Dyson, after seeing that Breakfast Club interview, he laid it out very well on the reason to support President Biden. It's not too much room between what he said in that interview and how I feel. Maybe with the exception of the very controversial Biden, where he said he characterized Biden saying that if you black and so on, you should vote for him. And we know the quote saying that was some kind of like inside joke, and I can't necessarily agree with that. I think he said what he said. Now, what may be controversy to me is that I agree with that statement, and I stand by that. But when I look at when it comes to Glorilla, as a politician, of course, whether we like it or not, entertainers have sway, even more sway in the Black community, because for us, a lot of time, our only access to power and influence was through entertainment, or through the church. That was our power structure, and we use that sway like anyone would use, politically. Now, when it comes to Glorilla, even more specifically, she's a very, very, very young woman. I don't know her personally, but I mean, she's in her early 20s. So probably like most of us, especially here in America, in our early 20s, we may not be as in tune with politics, especially as we are ourselves. You know what I mean? So and because your very career could sink or fall depending who you link yourself politically. So you gotta kind of tap dance around that answer. Because if she goes with the movement right now, then it'll be stay away from Biden. She could be Sexy Red and rock with Trump, or Lil Wayne, or Waka Flocka, or there's a list of them. That's uh, I didn't hear him say it. Well, I know he didn't endorse Biden. So with that, I guess I'm thinking about The Rock. So these people have sway, especially here in America. So it's not, to me, it's not controversy that probably she can probably tell that, and lived, of course, through Donald Trump, and understand that we probably don't want to live through Donald Trump again, and he's more likely the best option in this situation, and she has to walk a fine line on how she, do something personally, but then understand that she's somebody that's publicly, and how that could be interpreted. So I don't. To me, it's not really controversial. You know what I mean? Because I've seen people like some of my favorite artists, Jay-Z and Beyonce, link themselves with the Democratic Party, and you've seen over time how their career's been torn down. So as somebody that's rising in the entertainment, you can understand. To me, I see how she would probably have a fine line to walk. Yeah.
Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like, come on. I mean, man, she.
I don't know.
I mean, it was like, it was buffoonery. Like, like the lady was asking her a serious question, and I mean, even if she didn't want to, say Democrat or Republican, damn, man, she could have answered better than that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just, I mean, and that's what he want out there. I mean, that's how they want our woman to look. That's how they want our woman to look.
I don't know if they say that's how they want that woman to look. One, she would be interviewed on CNN because she had the picture. So of course they're gonna want to interview her to find out why she, was there and so on. But then, and I don't know why she chose to be there. I don't know that. That's her, whatever. But she was there and took the picture, and we all seen it. But excuse me, I'm losing my train of thought. When shit. Again, this is still Glorilla. Now, of course, I don't know her personally, but if based on the music she puts out, she doesn't seem to be, she's not, we wouldn't look at her as somebody that's like really in depth politically and so on, or someone we may want to look to for, like guidance in the culture, because so I was saying that just to say if there was, say, an artist that we may have seen in that light, that, more like let's say, for example, Lauryn Hill, that took the pictures, with a let's say a Democratic candidate or any candidate, then maybe they will be able to articulate themselves a little better to explain why they was. But then again, like I was saying, that she is a young woman that don't maybe, of course, bright. She put out great lyrics that we all rock to, but still not maybe able to express herself in the best way while she support them, and come across maybe buffoonery or something like that. In her defense, I guess I would say.
What y'all feel, brothers?
I just got a quote to read. This is what they do to our people on both sides of the aisle. It says, if we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. If we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and racial anger. You saw in the clip, she said she just living her life like it's golden. She lost all any type of racial anger and damn near her identity just off of the acknowledging of her by the president. And then it goes on to say, one second, it goes on to say his racial anger, if he has any, he becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out. That's what we talking about with Glorilla right here. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them, his race, and safe for us. We got this term like we like safe. They like the establishment like safe Negroes. So that's what they talking about. This is in a movie called Trick Baby from 1974. The context of this that I'm reading is it was liberals and conservatives sitting at a dinner table, and it was black people serving them like as butlers and maids. And while they was talking, the liberal said this because the conservative was basically saying, you liberals are giving them too many jobs. You liberals are bringing them in too much. And he said, y'all really the reason we got this racial tension is the liberals. And the liberal responded to the conservative saying, you conservatives, you the ones that make them keep fighting harder because you stomp out hope in the people. And if you stomp out hope in the people, then they just gonna get madder. But then the liberal broke down the whole plan. To finish out, it says he become worthless to them, that his race, and safe for us. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, which is material gain, things that the president and these powerful people can give them. In fact, for his love for the creature comfort, except for his color, he's become one of us. So, basically, the liberals saying we've turned him into one of us in every single way except for his color. But basically, mentally and on the inside, we've turned him into one of us, and he or she has lost his identity or racial anger. Now, think about the top part. It said if they could do this to a smart one, right? That's key. They could do this to a smart one. I don't want to say this about my sister Glorilla, but I don't think she's smart enough to see the game that they playing on her. So if it works on a smart one, if this plan is powerful enough to work on a smart one, it's gonna, what's the words I'm looking for? It's gonna more effectively work on someone who ain't as smart, who don't have that much wisdom and understanding. So that's all you saw in that clip. That's what I saw when I saw it. That's this what I read to you is exactly where my mind went when I saw it. I ain't think nothing different. That's how they play us on both sides of the aisle. They dangle a carrot in front of us, whatever that carrot may be. It might be conservatism, it might be liberalism. I'm more of a conservative person. I like a little bit more stringent rules and a little bit more strict rules. But I think they play us on both sides and they make us go against each other. So I don't really like it. That's my take.
Gotcha. Yeah. Y'all want to comment on that?
Yeah. I blame people for I blame the people more so than I blame Glorilla, because obviously, like Kenny said, she's not very intelligent. No disrespect to her, but at least politically, she's not politically intelligent. So using her as someone that we would think would be a thought leader is like low-key insulting to those of us who do have a level of political intelligence.
Great point.
And the fact that they won't use anybody that has some sort of political intelligence that could properly articulate what we as a people want, or have any type of demands or anything like that as far as what we get in exchange for our vote. I think they purposely do that because sometimes we can have a herd mentality when it comes to what the masses of us are doing, even though it could be to our detriment. A lot of times we don't like to rock the boat out of fear of being, outcast by our own, even though we know what the masses are doing isn't necessarily the best move. So a lot of times they'll trot somebody out like her, almost like a diss or underhanded slap to the face or something like that. It's like they do it because they know she's not our best and brightest, but they pick her anyway, like they did the first go round with Cardi B. It's like we have thought leaders in our community, and they go for the entertainers for whatever reason. I mean, to some degree, I get why they might have went after her as far as maybe trying to cultivate the a youth vote, because she geared towards the youth as far as getting them out and being active. But the majority of us who actually go out and vote, they got to be insulted by just seeing them try her out there like that. Because we got plenty of people in our community they could have tapped for that. But
absolutely,
yeah.
But can I interject though?
Yeah,
because I mean, these are people that endorse Biden. Dr. Tyson, right?
He's not smart either. He's another Glorilla.
Dyson.
Yes,
Dr. Dyson.
He's very good at using big words and big word salads.
I think he would. Well, he said himself the difference.
Rap lyrics.
He said the difference was
the suit on.
He quote more than just rap lyrics, but he said himself that he wrote 20. I mean, he said himself he wrote 25 books, and some of these people only wrote 25.
Wrote 90.
Hey, I was about to say
I'm just. He was saying the work that he put in.
Stop 1 second. I'm sorry. Stop 1 second. Stop 1 second. Kenny popping bottles over there, man. You popping bottles, Kenny?
I just had to check, make sure my wife was all right. Now she dropped something.
Oh, okay. It's like I heard them go pop.
I just had to call up there.
I'm sorry, bro. Man.
I don't know what she's doing up there. Sorry, I ain't meaning.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
The former Attorney General Eric Holder, he endorses Joe Biden. You have Joy Reid. She hosts a show on MSNBC. She endorses Joe Biden. So these are also, thought leaders in our community.
No,
that,
sir.
I mean, they may not be in every community, but they have sway in the American Black community. They have platforms, and they endorse this president. You know what I mean?
I mean, having a platform and being smart is two different things. They got platforms, but they not smart.
I think Joy Reid is a very intelligent woman. I would beg to differ to say that.
If you're a Democrat, yeah.
I mean, just a person. I don't think this has to do with politics. I think the things that she say. I mean, she has a book. I bought it. I didn't read it yet, but she comes across as someone.
If you didn't read the book,
huh? I just support.
If you were smart, you would have read the book.
I just support. I just like to show support, because if you don't support, these people don't have opportunities to to do this. So I just try to show support.
No wrong.
And at some point, if I had more time, one day I guess in retirement I can fall back on some of these books to read. I got a gang of them in my phone, but I don't think it's just the gorillas that they so-called go to. Again, I was saying it may be it could be politically damaging for your career, because if Glorilla did something with Donald Trump and said the same exact thing, I don't think we'd be talking about her right now. We wouldn't be talking about it right now. But because she did it with Joe Biden and the Democrat, we're talking about it.
They don't have to get an entertainer.
They do. Chris Rock is one of his biggest supporters that he used.
That's what I'm saying. Why can't we just remove, like even Malcolm X spoke about this in the 60s. Like they put the entertainers out in front of us. So here it is 6 decades later, they still running the same play and we still ain't caught on. We have intelligent people in our communities that aren't entertainers that can speak for us on these issues, that can give a better argument and really put these people in a position to where as though they got to put up or shut up.
I could be wrong, but Dr. Dyson,
the rapper, because the rapper, they want attention anyway. So getting seen next to Joe Biden for her is probably a clout chase more than anything. It's not necessarily something that's going to make or break her career. Like, because most people that, if you listen to Glorilla and you think she's a thought leader or you think she's a great rapper, 9 times out of 10, you're not even registered to vote.
I can't say.
It could be some scorched earth stuff too, to really just make the black community look hopeless. To like say, damn, they didn't try to her out. Man, I ain't even going to vote. You know.
I don't know. I had a 29-year-old young lady in the car just over the weekend, and she was going crazy over Glorilla. I'm not sure if she considered Glorilla somebody used for like political advice or not like that, but I guess people still rocking with her, and if they are rocking with her, if the fact that she is seen with with Joe Biden when it comes time for them to vote, that could have sway on a person, and if politically you'd be it'd be like, I guess it'd be politically suicide to not do that. Why would you not do that? Why would you not use any people that have influence for them to show that they have support for you and your campaign? Since the fact that you were attempting to persuade people to vote for you, you would try to use people. You try to use all people.
I'd have rather them hit you up, Darren.
What's that?
I said I would have rather them hit you up.
They should hit you up. You like,
in a way, I feel like I'm his unofficial.
You could probably speak to. I guarantee you, Glorilla don't know about not near policy he plan on pushing or passing.
But at the same,
probably do.
But at the same time, at her age, when I voted for Al Gore in 2000, I didn't really I couldn't tell you nothing about policies. I knew that for the most part that sort of like I think Charlemagne was, I think DJ Envy had mentioned in my, I think something along the lines of in my father's house, where you pretty much vote your Democrat, your party, your parents. I think that's, if I got that right from what he was saying.
Most black people. That's the reason why most black people are Democrats.
Not just most black people, most people. Most white people that vote Republican, they voted their whole life, their wife, their family, their fathers, grandfathers, their circle. That's how you usually vote. Very few people, I guess, can step back and say, I'll vote for Democrat.
Parties, you probably are more informed.
What's that?
If you switch parties at some point to the right to the left or the left to the right, the reason why you switch parties is you actually did your own research or studying on whatever each party is pushing and why they pushing and what policies they got on the table. Usually the people that will switch a party are the more informed ones on that party based on the reasons why they vote.
Well, I think it was Dr. Dyson was also saying, he mentioned something about baseball and the sixth inning if a team is winning.
There you go.
Okay, well, and he mentioned something about the sixth inning thing, where and I mentioned this myself also in the shop before, where politics is a game of numbers. And it's something that you always have to do. Midterms, primaries, special elections. It's something you have to stay with because it's about having a hand, just like I guess in like a cards or something like that. You have to have the right hand in order to make the changes that you want. That's going to benefit the people that vote for. And that's again one of the good things I like about Joe Biden over our previous president is he's not just the president for the people that vote for him. He's a president for America. Like he understands the threat. He understands the moment that we're in, and the direction that the country could be going in. And in my opinion, based on what he's done, and at this moment, he's the best person, for the direction that our country needs to go in right now.
Kenny, you shake your head in disgust, bro.
Not at Darren at that comment that you just highlighted, Joe. The next three elections, like we already looking at Glorilla to get votes for who in the next three elections. Like we think that's going to change what? Like that's I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but like that shows. Can you put that comment up again? I don't know where it went. Oh, I'm in the wrong.
I got you.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. But she can. Why are we concerned about that? Like Cardo said, it should be insulting that they keep pulling this same trick on us. It's basically they dangle a carrot in front of Glorilla, and she go out and dangle the carrot in front of us, and then we follow the carrot, and we don't ask for nothing. We don't ask for nothing. We don't hold nobody feet to no fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't ask for nothing. And what are we gonna ask for? Like the things that we want to ask for.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we definitely shouldn't ask for
Minuscule
nothing, but
at the end of
that's
the day.
where we should be demanding what we want. That's
But first we gotta be demanding in who we want to represent us, and we don't want Glorilla. That's the first baby step. We can't be accepting this as representation.
Right.
Glorilla made a song called F Nigga Free. Like, we don't want that in the White House as a representation of black women or black people. Like, it should be insulting that they go after our most covetous, and they go after our most selfish. Glorilla ain't thinking about nobody but how it can benefit her. And she showed that by when they asked her about what she cared about politically. Shorty did this. Like, if that don't show you you're not taking things seriously, I don't know what else will. She don't care about the condition of her people, so I don't care about what she doing.
And you feel the same way about Kanye when he hugged Donald Trump?
Yes, Kanye called that man his father. He's a clown for that. Ain't no shit. No black man be calling no white man they daddy, especially when you came from two black parents. That already showed me that you and Kanye married to a white woman. I agree with him on some things, but I'm gonna tell you where I disagree with somebody at. He's a clown for calling that man his daddy. He's a clown for marrying a white woman, but he right on other things. Glorilla can be right about something, but she look dumb as hell doing this when they talking about a president who could change, how you live in this world.
I don't have access to it now, but I'm sure we probably could produce a list of American black entertainers that endorse Donald Trump that we probably could agree with.
Ray Lewis, Jim Brown, Kanye West, a couple black preachers. I think John Gray was one of them.
Biden. Hold up.
They do the same thing.
They do the same. I said it when I started. Like the movie had the liberals and conservatives sitting there. The conservative did not object to when the liberal said this is the plan. He nodded his head in agreement. And they were sitting there talking about black people while being served by black people.
This is a movie you're talking about? Movie based?
Yes, 1974. It's called Trick Baby. It's called. I've shared it on my Facebook multiple times. I can tag you in it. I'll let you see it. But this is what they do. It's like the old saying, the same two heads on the same snake. It still got venom in it, yo.
Or if you will put it in sports term, same snap count.
Yep.
They don't even look away when they throw the pass. They stay the receiver down the field.
That's how well they know to play.
Hide what they doing.
They can run this play with their eyes closed for real. Run the play with their eyes closed.
Oh, look who joined in with us. When our young apprentice barber,
okay,
young Zion, he was over on Instagram, over in IG, and some kind of way I can't comment on IG. Something froze up or something, but they still could see it. Okay. And he was asking how he can join. So he is one of the conscious heads by one of the young barbers. He is 17 years old. And what's up, Zion?
What's up,
Zion?
What's on there, brother?
What up?
I just saw the question, the answers, and I felt like I be thinking of this stuff too much to not, like, you know what I'm saying, like, give a input, because a lot of people, they either don't talk about it or don't care to hear about it. So I just thought it was a perfect opportunity, to
be able to join in.
Yeah,
no doubt. So brother Dern, so Joe Biden.
I like that last comment, Jabbar. Oh, my bad.
Oh, the last one that they put up?
Yeah.
You want to read that? Yeah.
Yeah, like they target and they don't care They go after the most vulnerable populations because both parties know that African Americans aren't united. That's it. That's it.
And indoctrinate the youth early.
That's it.
Let the youth know that that's what it's about. Whoever your favorite entertainer is rocking with, that's who you rock with, because we impressionable people like that. We
and you don't take an unbiased. You don't take an unbiased look at both sides.
Right.
I mean, like,
y'all say united.
Tried to get Claude Anderson.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They tried to talk to him, but he rejected them because he was a lifelong Democrat.
If anything,
there
most
was
black
a
people
party
should-
that tried to go after a thought leader in our community, and that person rejected the call.
If anything, we should be mostly independent and then list our demands, and whatever side will give us the most, go that way. But we shouldn't be 80% voting as a block for anybody unless we agree. Like, I mean, I guess if we vote for them, we agree. We should talk amongst each other more so than anything talking amongst them.
Well, if you look at the numbers,
who we gonna vote for?
If you look at the numbers, like what 85 to 95% of what we call black people has voted for the Democratic Party over the last few decades or so. So that's unity right there. That's a block. And like Dr. Dyson was saying, it's
and very few wait a second.
What's
And
that?
very few tangibles to go along with that. You slid that in very nicely, and I'm not gonna let you just sit on that. We've been going 85, 90% basically since Lyndon Johnson said, I'm gonna have you Negroes voting Democrat for the next 50 damn years. And we done passed that time limit, and we still ain't got. We got the minimal policies, minimal tangibles, minimal just damn near nothing. So where does that help us at? Where does it come back around on us? We done been the benign neglect thing. We done been through that. We know about it now, and we still getting the crumbs. So when is that 85, 90% that you just spoke of? When does that help us? Just curious. That's all. Just curious.
And he also said that the wealth gap is closing. He been running around talking about that the wealth. Biden been running around talking about that the wealth gap is closed. You know what I mean? For black, you know what I mean? Darren, he been that's your boy, right?
I'm sorry, what's that?
That's your man Biden been talking about the wealth gap is closing for what I mean, and we talk about bringing great black businesses back and all that kind of stuff. But he not even interested in the whole thing of reparations. What is his complete stance on reparations?
I'm not sure what Biden's stance is on reparations. My personal stance is my personal stance on reparations is of course I'm for it. First we have to define what it is and all that kind of stuff and things like that. But when it comes to Biden, let me see. Damn it, I lost my train of thought.
Absolutely.
All I got on reparations is from Politico. Politico, it says Biden privately tells lawmakers not to expect much on reparations legislation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was from
DC being honest.
That was 3 years. That was to be fair, that was 3 years ago though. That was 2021. So to be fair, I'll say that was 2021.
I don't think he updated it yet.
No more pressure. There's no more pressing issue than that. If the government isn't willing to, Darren, I told you this last time we spoke. If the government isn't willing to do something financially for African Americans, they don't need our vote. I mean, but then everybody's going to be scared. Like, well,
yeah, I agree with that.
What are we going to do if we don't vote for them? We got to vote for somebody, but you got to do something different to get something different, man. And it's like black people are scared to do something different to get something different. Insanity is what? Everybody know what the saying for insanity.
Well, right now they seem to be scared to vote. They seem to be scared to vote because they feel like if they do vote, they're being manipulated. And they're being made a fool of. They said they're made a fool of, but actually that's trickery right there. If we talk about trick knowledge, that's trick knowledge to make it seem like the very thing that you could use, the very weapon you can use in this system, which is, like I said before, governed by the Constitution, and through the Constitution, it's through voting, and so on, that you obtain power. The trickery is to say that that you'd be a fool to use that power. And then when you don't use that power, other groups of people do, and then they're the ones that have those seats of power. They use that, and like Dr. Dyson was saying, um, they, especially when it comes to the Republican Party, they all out neglect us, and we're so quick for some reason to beat down on the Democratic Party, and it seems like by doing that we end up giving a pass to the Republican Party, and
Well,
that
we
to me
don't vote for
that
them.
seems what's that?
We don't vote for them. We should be expecting more from the people who we give most of our vote to.
That's a
And see
great
that,
point.
Vote for a party at the tune of 90%.
That's a great point.
Say you got $1, right? And you get 10 cents to somebody and you get 90 cents to the other person. You're going to want more return on that 90 than you is that 10.
and you should, but the mastermind of the
We
trickery,
expected more from the Republican Party when we the least likely to vote for them.
and they understand
which
that.
is also the reason why they don't go out their way to try to court our vote, because they know we're not going to do it in large numbers. So of course, I wouldn't throw nothing your way neither if I ain't getting nothing from you.
No, see, they know that
Who throw all our weight behind, they just, like they say, we get treated like $2 prostitutes. They come back around next time they need your vote and don't give you nothing from the last time.
See, the mastermind of the Republican Party is any and everything that we want. Ain't no kind of way they're gonna give it to us. They know that, so they know it's no way to ask for your vote, because you're definitely gonna expect something from them, and it's nothing that they're trying to give us. When it comes to the Democrats, not only are they in a position to want to address the concerns that we have, and mostly because we are in those seats of power. When you look at some of the well-known representatives, Congress people, senators, people that are in the cabinet position, these are American Black people. People that have similar, huh?
Symbolism.
No, it's people that like you and I that wasn't afraid to use the system to get in the seats of power to make the changes. To be the people that's going to vote whether you get stimulus checks or not. They're those people, and whatever path they got to get there, they want there, but they still understand, the plight of Black people, and because of that, they are,
That's
bringing
why they
that.
there to keep us in our plight.
What's that?
I said that's why they there to keep us in our plight, because we satisfied with the symbolic part of it. When you look at the Asian community, they get far more than what we get, and they have zero representation in any of those seats of power. It don't matter.
Not true, because the last administration
too much. How about what's up with the policies? What's up with the reparations? I don't care what the color is of the person passing the bill.
Yeah.
But of course, to me, it brings back to the point is you have to, one, vote, but then vote for the people that are going to do the things that you want to do, and then once you have the numbers, in Congress, in Senate, in the White House, because of course the key is to have the same, have the party in power at each level, and then when they empower each level, then they have the power to pass laws that are going to directly and in the near term and long term have benefit us directly, and just America at whole. Because for me, it's not necessarily more of it's a black or white thing. It's more of a, I am an American and this is my home, and this is more likely going to be the home of my children and so on. And I want the people that's going to be in the seats of power to be people that's going to have, my children's best interests at. And that's one of the key things that Dr. Dyson kept saying was, when it comes to the party thing, which party is going to have the American Black best interest. And to me, too many times, the Democrat Party has showed that. I'll say the modern day Democratic Party has shown that. Because I'm saying even he mentioned, the Democratic Party of the old day and the Republican Party of the old day. And as all we should all know that, if anybody has mentioned those things, from the point right there, they're trying to mislead you. You know, if anybody say, you know, Republicans, the party of Abraham Lincoln and all this kind of stuff, from that point on, they've either been misled or they're trying to mislead you. Because you have to look at it as the what, like he said, like Janet Jackson said, what have you done for me lately, and what has the party's done for you lately? And time after time, there's too many things. Even in this administration, there's been too many examples where they have put you know, our people or just in America in the future that I want America to be, you know, first.
I like what the Facebook user said, that we need to groom our children to become lawyers and then run for office.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
100%.
You know, teach them in African liberation. You know what I mean? But keep them. We got to teach them discipline, and you know, got to teach them how to, you know, to stay clean, because you know that's how they get it. That's how they get us, and that's how they get us caught up.
And when they
all
get
the
on,
time.
they only ask for a white girl.
And that's how we get reparations. Whatever we define reparations, however we define it, whether it be land, power, and
You
it's
talking
going
about
to be
getting
through
out,
that.
but us getting our people in, the
Yeah,
ones we
exactly.
groom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
And
mean,
there's
that's
nothing wrong with that.
no. I mean, that's I mean, that's on some Amos Wilson. I mean, you know, grooming our people, grooming our own, you know, to be able to go in, you know, in general. So definitely,
Even Dr. Clark talk about that.
yeah.
Don't we have that?
We groom.
Not at the numbers that we need. We need more numbers.
We pay them. We pay them to do our business.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, Carl was talking about paying them rather than representing as them.
That's why you need that black business.
The money, the money is what costs more
But
than
see,
anything.
you could always be outbought though. If you had somebody that's neutral, somebody could just have more money.
Not
if you had somebody that's groomed in the culture and can't be bought, can't be swayed.
Yeah, but you still pay them anyway, even though you groomed them in the culture.
Yeah.
You still incentivize their efforts.
Yeah, you support that campaign. You gotta be the ones that write the checks that support them campaigns.
Yeah, because if you ain't throwing
that's
nothing at somebody else, they easily corrupt it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. While we jump to the last topic of the night, Darren, did you anybody else want to wrap up on this before we jump to the last topic?
I got something to say after this, but before we start the last topic.
Okay. All right. So Darren, did you want to say anything to wrap up?
If I could say this as short as I possibly can, this upcoming election in 2024, you know, is really the course of America. We could either let the Confederates take back over. We could let the Confederates take back over, or we can continue in the spirit of the Union. I just left Boston. We could talk about it. That's all I got.
Up there with all them nice unracist white folks, right?
I didn't. You know what?
You
mean, but it was a few. You know, because of course I'm looking for it. I always look for it.
You ain't been there that long. You don't live there. You don't know what it's really like, bro. Yeah. Don't cape for those people in Boston.
Good white folk out there.
Please
all I can say,
in Boston, yeah.
All I can say is my experience.
It's bad enough you on. BA asked you what they done did for us. I'm not going to act like I ain't see that. You ain't had much to say. So we done been voting for the people. And like Cardo gave you a good point.
He gave us a microwave
for the most and the biggest numbers should have done the most for us. And BA hit them. BA hit you with another one. What has they done for us? They ain't did nothing specific.
What have they done for us lately?
You keep talking about what they've done for us lately.
I say again,
I'm trying to stay out of it, but they hit you with two good ones. You ain't really addressed those two.
I think I might. Well, to address that.
Yeah, what have they done for us? And since we vote for them in such large numbers, why aren't they breaking their neck to do more for us?
Ooh.
Because Joe Biden just said a few years ago he not even going. He told them, y'all don't even worry about legislating for reparations. We ain't gonna touch that. That's disrespectful. I shared on my Facebook. They got money to give Northrop Grumman a contract for moon trains.
But they can't feed the poor. I thought you was
moon trains, yo. I tagged you in it, Darren. Like, that's disrespectful, yo, to the suffering of my people. But they understand suffering of them small hats, though. They understand the suffering. They even built a $6 billion defense Iron Dome for them that they just used this past Saturday when Iran tried to bomb them. Why can't we get no defense systems in our neighborhoods? Because they hate us, yo. They hate us. They ain't doing nothing for us. They ain't never did nothing for us. They don't like you. They don't like none of us on this live. And that's just what it is. We done voted for them in 80%. How the Negroes that we, not Negroes, the Wiggers that we done voted for in 80, 90% not doing nothing for us. And you want us to go back there. That's insanity.
Yeah.
That's insanity. And then like we talking about solutions, getting lawyers to, it's black lawyers in there right now. We got a black caucus. What are they doing? The black caucus is sitting on their hands just partying with white folks.
You sure?
That's what they doing.
You sure, Kenny? You sure?
That's
Who
what
the black
they
caucus?
doing, yo.
Who
That's
the black caucus, Kenny?
You ain't seen them around your neighborhood. Where they been at? They party with you? Please feel free. They been at they been at Mavis. Where they been? They been at Norman Jeans with you?
I'm just saying.
You ain't seen them Negroes. They ain't doing nothing
Who
for
are
you.
they? Who are they?
You ain't doing nothing for. They ain't doing nothing for you.
But you know them though.
What black legislation has they made for us in this country, yo? Nothing. Nothing, yo. Like, and I'm not even caping for the Republicans, but it's just crazy to hear black people act like these parties gonna fix anything for us when we can't even stand on a united front and demand anything together.
Well, like I said before, Kenny, even if we did, Kenny,
what do black people want, Darren? What should we want, Darren? What should we want out of them? This go for anybody, Democrat or Republican. What should black people as a collective ask for from our government? If it ain't reparations, why are we talking about it? If it ain't reparations, seriously, this to anybody. Let me look right in this camera. This is to anybody in this chat, anybody that's watching this live, anybody that want to type a message. I can't see what Facebook user this is, but it keeps saying Facebook user.
Yeah, I don't.
It says advances equity and opportunity for black. I don't want opportunity. That's like saying give Negroes jobs.
Define what it is, Kenny. Define
That's
what
like
reparation
giving
is,
Negroes jobs.
Kenny, tell us what reparation is.
That's like you could give us. It's open for interpretation.
No. Define what it is.
Land, money, tax status. If you give us all three of those, that's a huge leap forward. That's that's like a catapult. They did it for Jewish people. Small hats. They did it for small hats. They did it for the Japanese.
So now that we know what it is, how do you get it?
Japanese, when they just built railroads, we built way more than railroads, dog. We built way more than railroads, dog. They understand everybody's oppression except ours. They spit in the face of our oppression, both parties. So, like, until we have a united front,
that's not fair to say. That's not fair.
Show me the evidence to prove me wrong.
Evidence.
Show me. I done said this to you before, right? And I'm gonna let you go. I don't mean to hijack your show, Jabari.
No, go ahead, bro.
Give me legislation like the Asian hate bill, anything like that, where it's directly.
If I'm not mistaken, we have the we talked about this before. I think we have the anti-lynching bill. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, but that's just for the crime of lynching isn't allowed at all. That's not specifically for black people.
Well, I think black people get lynched. Well, I'm sorry. Of course not. But of course, with something that's known part of our legacy is lynching. That's something incorporated in our legacy. When we talk about our people in this country, lynching is something that's synonymous, unfortunately, with us. So if a law is passed, of course.
That's what you're going to take for your suffering. That's what you're going to take for the suffering of your people.
I mean, you mentioned the Asian hate bill. I was just saying something similar that in the same vein of hate.
Does that say the black? Does that say the African American anti? Does that say the African American anti-lynching bill, or is it just a vague generic term like the Civil Rights Bill?
I'm just saying that
all the other minorities have benefited.
What I'm saying is that if you or I ended up in Mississippi over the next whatever, and for some reason we was what they defined as lynched, the people that did this, if was caught, could be held on those type of charges. And with laws like that, even though it's not going to stop crime, at least may, in some sense, maybe prevent somebody from doing something, knowing that there's a law that the very thing they could be doing could face, I don't know, whatever the penalty is for.
They got a law against murder. They got a law against for a lot.
But you do recognize that as something as a law that would definitely have, that we as American people would.
Is it the Asian hate bill is only for Asians, people who come from the area of Asia, Filipino, and all those people from the Asian continent? Do we have anything like that either party has made for us?
something. Well, is the
Specifically,
is the
I
bill?
don't. We do this dance every time. We
That's
do
not
this
a dance. I
every
mean,
time.
okay, so if they would have
I just wanna
labeled,
make
if they
it
would have, if they would have had
specifically for
Kenny
African
there,
Americans,
if
did they
Kenny
do
would have
anything?
been there to say what should we label, what should we name this bill? Kenny could have said, you know what? Because this bill is going to benefit mostly black people,
Is
we
the
should
answer
name it.
no?
We should name it the African American Anti-Lynching Bill, and we wouldn't have this conversation.
Do we
So we're
have
just talking
anything?
about
Do we
names
have
and
anything like that
schematics.
though? Do we have anything like that? Has the Democrat or the Republican Party made anything specifically to benefit just us and nobody else?
Even
Nope.
if I agree, even if I was to agree to your point,
You don't have. I'm not asking for you to agree. That's a yes or no.
well,
I'm not. I don't even want your opinion. I just want you to answer the question. Have they?
Yes, the Democratic Party have. Yes.
Okay, and without short, precise, and concisely, please tell me what that is.
You well, the not the anti, but I'm sorry, the Civil Rights Bill and the Voting Rights Bill of the 1964, 65, something like that.
You see, okay, now let's pause for a second, guys.
That would probably be one of the
Do you
first.
see how that does not answer my question?
What do you mean how it doesn't
Because
answer?
I said for
it's a law.
only, alone,
Innocent.
no one else.
Who is civil?
Nobody else, yo. Like, just that's all you got to give me.
Who was the one? But at the same time,
hold on for 1 second, please. Give me 5 seconds. I'll promise to give you the floor back. If you would just be honest and say they haven't done anything, we would be good. But you don't want to let yourself say it.
It's not true. How can I can't admit something that's not true when I'm giving you very specific things that benefited a problem that we had, because whether anyone in here agrees that voting is the way or not, and at that time period, they thought that it did. So much to the point that they strategized to the point to use their own suffering to make sure a law that would be passed that was going to benefit them. Nobody else was talking about voting. I mean, well, you did have the women in the 1920s and so on, but at that point, primarily, we were the ones that saying that we wanted our voting rights to be protected under law, and it was that bill that was produced for that very point. Now, if
were
they
women
named
included in the voting rights bill? Were women included? Were white women included in the voting rights bill? Yes. The answer is yes. They weren't just worried about your black behind, Darren. They wanted white women to vote too. You can't give me nothing.
Yeah, because white women and black people wanted to vote. They wanted to vote. They didn't pass the law to make people vote.
Why you can't be truthful, yo?
No, they didn't pass the law to make people vote.
You being like a politician, not telling the truth.
They didn't pass the law to make people vote it. They passed the law because those specific people wanted to vote, and they were the ones that were facing hurdles to vote. Because at one time, those are the primary group of people.
Am I saying it wrong? Can somebody please try to get him to understand what I'm saying?
Darren said that the Civil Rights Act was one of the examples, correct? That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was intended to end discrimination based off of race. Oh, that could be all races. That's not us. Color. That could be any color. That's not us. Religion or national origin in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that say black people or African Americans? Okay, it does not. So do you have another example for us? You do not. All right. Next topic, Jabbar. Thank you.
Hold on. Hey, and this the thing, because Darren is a brave brother. Darren comes into the barbershop knowing that he has opposing views from pretty much most of the people inside the barbershop.
He's a glutton for punishment.
But he comes in there and he
comes swinging through you every time, don't he? Swinging.
No, but you know, but I do appreciate him for coming in with the heart, because he knows pretty much when he come in that people are gonna be opposing what his views are, but he comes in and he loves to represent what he represents. You know what I mean? We appreciate you for that, bro.